YouTubers, Hike with Mike here of course, and I got this in the mail today, bear repellent. It's something I decided to add to my arsenal of stuff to take with me, particularly when I'm solo hiking. About a week ago I went hiking, Campfire Steve went day hiking with me, and then I spent the night solo camping in the Green Swamp. I got up about 1 in the morning and to pee, and I heard a noise, and I got out, and there's saw palmettos all around the campground, and I had been kind of not feeling good, so I wasn't on top of my game. I forgot I had some granola bars, some toothpaste, and some mints in my backpack, and it was out surrounding me. It was walking back and forth in the saw palmettos, and I quickly got a fire started. First thing I did is I made some noise. I grabbed, there was a big pine stick, so I had that, and I banged it on the fire ring a little bit. I threw the granola bars, the toothpaste, and the mints in the fire so there wouldn't be any scents and things like that. And for about a half hour, it was a little cat and mouse game. I made some noise, sang a little bit, I banged on the fire ring. I kept my sense of calmness that I'm on top of the food chain, and it was growling and walking back and forth. And after about, I would say 20 to 30 minutes, it finally left. And I was glad that I retained the calmness, because I'd learned from studying, reading about bear encounters, the worst thing you can do is run. The worst thing you can do isn't, engage it. You just wait, give it lots of room, because any animal, if it has an escape route, is usually going to take that escape route. So I stayed pretty calm. I got the fire going. I threw all anything that had a scent in the fire. And I turned on the Lucy lights I had to light up the campsite, and I decided, the bear finally left. I heard it move north, the trail was south. I decided, for peace of mind, I was going to head back to the car, about a mile hike, a little over a mile hike to the car, and that was south. So I grabbed a big pine stick I had. I had regular pepper spray, not bear spray, my knife, my hatchet, and I headed off. I was in survival mode. I wasn't interested in filming and things like that. Left everything else at the site, and I started my hike. But wait, there's more. There was a shortcut that would cut off about a quarter of a mile of my hike back to the car, where I just wanted to go there for peace of mind. And I've run into bears twice during the daytime, and they immediately just ran off. And I've run into boars, lots of wild boars all the time, and the same thing, they run right off. But I guess because it was a new moon, it was completely dark, the bear and the boars that I'm going to tell you about in a second felt emboldened. So I got to the shortcut, and right at the entrance of the shortcut there were 2 wild boars, and I went up to them to shoo them away, but they were holding their ground. So I was like, oh great, now I have an extra quarter of a mile to hike with this big pine thing, because I kept that, I was banging on the fire ring at the campsite to kind of keep the bear aware that I was there. And I had to lug that with all my stuff. I finally made it to my car, ended up having to sleep in my car, and of course I only had my clothes on. It was getting cold for Florida in the 50s, and made for a miserable night as far as trying to sleep. But it was a beautiful open sky. I just sat there and watched lots of asteroids and things like that. But I decided, for my peace of mind, I didn't want to stay at the campsite, but it was my own fault, leaving food in the tent. I just was, like I said, I wasn't feeling good that day. And if you go to the earlier video of mine with Campfire Steve, we actually saw evidence of bears and stuff not too far from the campsite, and I didn't think anything of it at the time, because in that area, bears really aren't that popular. You don't see them a lot. And in Florida, it's not the large mammals we usually have to worry about. It's usually the large reptiles. So I decided, for peace of mind from now on, I'm going to add counter assault bear spray. Hopefully never have to use it. Probably never will. But it's just there in the back of my head to keep peace of mind. And also being a little bit more bear smart next time, and not being a knucklehead and leaving some food in my